Morning, everybody. Hi, Beth. Hi, Donna from Virginia. Hi, CJ. Happy cold Tuesday. Here is really cold, guys. Minus 14 degrees today. That's why I have a big jacket on. How are you guys doing? Good morning from Massachusetts, Manitoba. Whoa. Christine, I'm sure you are colder than I am here. Are you? Just in this. Can you guys see me well? And can you guys hear me well? Okay. Okay. Bona tarda des de Barcelona. Bona tarda, Ilenia. I have never heard that name. She's speaking Catalan, by the way. Jo també parlo català. Jo soc de Barcelona. Hola. Oh, warm California. 80 degrees today. I'm jealous, Anon. How many people are new to my session today? How many people are new to my session? Hello from Sweden, I am. Hi, Anon. Welcome. Adam. Nice. Megan. New. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Linda. Jay. Liliana. Amazing. Why did you guys come today? Why did you decide to join today? Did you like the topic or... Second time, Donna. Thank you so much. Good morning from Puerto Rico. Hola. Morning. Hi, Emilio. Hi, Rosie. Topic. Yeah, minimalism is a hot topic, especially in the new years, right? How many of you have done New Year's resolutions? And maybe something around minimalism it's in there. Topic and encouragement. We like you and the topic. Thank you. To be organized and get rid of stuff. Amazing. Need to clear through clutter. Yes. Okay, so for those of you who are new, my name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and since 2012, I have been helping people declutter and organize their homes, and then I started to do more than just the physical. I got trained in mental health because I saw a huge relationship with emotion and physical belongings. They go together, like you will learn in this session, that minimalism, decluttering, organizing, that applies to every area of your life. It's not only a physical thing. There is a huge mental and emotional aspect to it. Hi, Marisa, buenos días. Yeah, so let's just get started together by defining what minimalism is. Okay, I would like to know what you guys think minimalism is. When I say minimalism, what's coming up for you? What do you think about? How do you feel? Is a word that triggers you because it's forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. It's a word that inspires you. Just share in the chat. So less is more, living with less, not holding on. Every area absolutely and makes life so good. Living with just essentials, peaceful surroundings, peaceful and calm, sounds like a hotel room. Clearing things out, getting rid of things, emotional lightness. Why does it sound like a hotel room, Cheryl? I just want to ask. You made me laugh. Thank you. Clarity and freedom. Less is more. Okay. Sounds like my sister's place. Is that a good thing, Monica? Light, living simply. Okay. So how do you feel when the word minimalism is thrown into you? When someone says, I want to become a minimalist, or are you a minimalist, or are you living a minimalist life? Like, what do you feel? And don't tell me the definition, just share with me the emotion that evokes on you that word, minimalism. I like a little stuff than my sister. Thank you, Rosemary, for your donation. Monica, yes, and that's a thing. I sense that you feel obligated to do something that you don't want to. So some people feel freedom, clean and free, freedom. Reduce your stuff, scary at first, threatening to my security. Becca, thank you for sharing that because that's true for so many people, right? Like reducing stuff, it's scary at first because it's threatening your security. And I would like you to elaborate more on that if you want to. Okay, clear and calm. Cheryl says, I love the idea of having much less, yet I enjoy things that make my surroundings my happy place. Cheryl, that's minimalism. Like what you just said, like making your surroundings your happy place. That's minimalism. That's one aspect of minimalism. Just buy what I really need or have that mindset. Amazing, Amanda. Good morning, Emiliano. Hi, Sue. I feel a bit of fear. Ismarie, why do you feel a bit of fear? What's evoking fear in you? Minimalism is freedom in my life. Anon, amazing. Evokes a deep sigh of relief and calm. Functional living, functional. Love that word, Rosie. Trying to overcome sentimentality. Causes anxiety. Cynthia, why does minimalism cause you anxiety? I would love to know. We are learning all from all these things, guys. That's why I want you to share. Sounds wonderful, but so much work. And I had major surgery, new hip, recently, which makes it harder. Johan, be gentle with yourself. At this stage of your life and after having a surgery, maybe dealing with physical things is not the right thing to do for you. Or maybe you just need an extra set of hands. Okay, so there are options to deal with stuff if that's what you are doing. I am on a project to declutter these days. It's overwhelming to clean and organize the entire home. Feel Fit Foodie, love your name. So you don't have to do your whole house all at once, okay? And if you are curious about decluttering and creating your peaceful and clutter-free home, I do have a 30-day course that you can check. And you will learn that the strategy is to start getting quick wins, okay? I invite you to check that course. So Becca says security means feeling safe. Minimalism means letting go of comfort, of abundance. That's very interesting, Becca. You have a belief right there that it is forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. And you are going to learn that minimalism, it's going to mean something different for every person. And minimalism, it is not about an extreme. It is not about lacking things. It is not about you feeling constrained. It's quite the opposite. It's about you creating that environment that feels good to you, that environment that facilitates the lifestyle that you want to have. That's very different than letting go of comfort, of abundance. Who told you that, Becca? I would like to know, where did you get that emotion from, that feeling from, that description for? Because it is true that minimalism, there are a lot of definitions out there, a lot of people very extreme, that they are kind of forcing you to do something that feels uncomfortable to you. So I really understand why you're feeling that way. That's normal. That's normal, but that's also like a good opportunity for you to explore, okay, and to change that belief. So overwhelmed with where to start. What if I need these things later? Was I being wasteful throwing it out? Me too. Yeah. So again, we are talking about intention here, how to make clear decisions, how to be confident. The hardest thing is to get rid of things that we'll need later, because it happens so many times. I then have to buy the thing instead of creating it. Yeah, very normal, Emil. So many times people buy things because they don't find the ones that they have. Is that true to you? That's why you are buying things? Or maybe you don't have the space to have everything. My home is lovely, but no extra stuff. My closet is going that way too. Keeps life so clear. Anon, I love your philosophy. It seems that you are embracing minimalism in your life and you are enjoying the journey. Let me check your course. Thank you. Yeah, please check it. It's a 30-day course and it goes very deep, and you're going to learn how to go space by space. But before that, we're going to do a lot of work about intention. You're going to love it. I know you are, because there are almost 1,750 students, and I released it like a few weeks ago. And so far, people are enjoying it. So hopefully you do too. Making paths for new, better choices. Amazing, Lydia. It is a control issue for me. I think the more I have around me, the more I feel like I can control things. I don't really understand why. Cynthia, that's very normal for a lot of people. Life gets out of control, and the only thing that you can have control over is your physical surroundings. So you get to choose what to do, you get to choose that safety, right? So letting go of that can really create a void, an emotional void that can feel painful, can feel scary, because then you have to face something else in your life that maybe you don't know how to do it. So that's why you are feeling the way that you are feeling. And I see this a lot with people that I help, and also in my own life with my own stuff. Sometimes when my wife is encouraging me to let go of something that I love, but I don't really use and need, it makes me feel uncomfortable, right? And then I have to get clear with myself about, is this really intentional? Am I keeping this because I really need it? So hopefully it is something that you can work through, but it's a normal feeling. Okay, getting rid of my girls' childhood artwork, clothing, everything, but it's time. Minimalism gives me clarity. Amazing clarity. Okay, so I have a couple of definitions to share with you guys. Okay, do you want to hear them? You want to hear 3 definitions from 3 different people? Okay, so let me share the first one. Okay, so the first definition that I have, this is from the Minimalists. They are 2 guys from the US. They created this documentary called Minimalism, a documentary about the important things, and they have a huge following. Okay, they say minimalism is a tool to rid yourself of life's excess in favor of focusing on what's important, so that you can find happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. Okay, that's the first definition I have for you. Second definition, this is by the minimalist vegan. It's someone on the internet that it's a minimalist vegan, and she does recipes. So she says, minimalism is the process of identifying what is essential in your life and eliminating the rest. Okay, less is more. And then the last one, this one is from a website called MNM List, so minimalist.com, and they say minimalism is a way to escape the excesses of the world around us, the excesses of consumerism, material possessions, clutter, having too much to do, too much debt, too many distractions, too much noise, but too little meaning. Minimalism is a way of giving up the non-essential in order to focus on what's truly important, what gives our lives meaning, what gives us joy and value. Okay? What do you think feel like? It's time, first time here. I have noticed I get extreme anxiety when I am close to running out of things I use on regular. Mr. B, thank you for joining. Welcome to my sessions. And yes, that's something that is it's normal. La tercera, Amy says the third one she likes the most. Yeah, so guys, minimalism, something that you will notice from those definitions is that minimalism is escaping the excess. Minimalism is finding meaning in your life. Minimalism is cutting through the noise, okay? Eliminating the clutter. But then, let me tell you one thing, okay? For me, coming from a third world country, we grew up so poor that we hold on to everything. Cecilia, that's another good point for those of you who experience lacking things. Of course, you are going to feel the need to hold on into more things because you don't have the safety of what happens if this happens again. So I want you guys to start understanding everything that's coming up for you, it's coming up for a reason. Okay? Any emotions, any feelings, safety, anxiety, being afraid of change, being afraid of not having access to the things that you need when you need them. So all those things are true feelings that you are experiencing right now. So minimalism doesn't have to be something scary to you. Minimalism for me is a philosophy of life. It is a philosophy that allows you to find yourself. Okay? Allows you to find yourself and find the person that you want to become. Once you get clear on that, then everything else outside of you is going to start taking shape in a way that is going to facilitate your intention. Okay? Your intentions, you get to create them. You get to create the intention of how do I want to feel in my home? What does clutter mean to me? What activities do I want to do? What activities do I want to put in my calendar? How do I want to spend my time, my energy, my creativity, my space, my time with relationships? You get to decide all of those things, okay? And yes, life is gonna throw stuff at you, of course, but you can still be intentional. You can still set boundaries. You can still clearly communicate. But these things will happen only when you get aligned with yourself and you discover what is it that you want to do. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? And then once you get clear on that, that's when you are going to look at your physical space, and then you are going to start questioning, why do I have this here? Do I need this thing here? Why am I doing this activity in my calendar? Do I really need to do it? How do I feel about it? Do I really need to see this friend 3 times a week? Maybe I want to see him 6 times a week. Maybe I want to see him 1 time a month. You start questioning everything in your life, and then you start setting intentions. Okay? So I have that issue now being poor, afraid to get rid of all the clothes that don't currently fit. Because how will I afford to buy them again if I lose weight someday? Karen, a great example, changing sizes when it comes to clothing. So a strategy can be, you can still create a minimalist closet, meaning you can create a closet that is functional for your current situation right now, and then you can pack all the clothes that don't fit you right now. You can put them in bins, nicely folded. You can label that bin or that box, and then you can move that into a different storage space. And you can be intentional that way. You don't have to let them go. If you have the space, the storage space, you can nicely fold them. You can nicely put them there, label them. Maybe you set a reminder in your calendar for a few months from now, and then you start being intentional. I am keeping these clothes because if in the future I lose weight and I change size, I want to have access to them because I love them. And because I have the storage space, I decide to keep them. And I take care of them, I fold them nicely, I keep them there, I label them, and I love them. Okay? That's being intentional. If you live in a very small space, then you will say, I have these 2 bins of extra clothes, but these bins are taking a lot of real estate in my place because I don't have space. I live in a bachelor apartment. So those 2 bins of clothes, do I really need to keep them? Is it worth it for me to invest this space that I can use for something else on a daily basis? And then you become intentional. And maybe you choose to let them go because right now you don't have the physical space. You are choosing to use that space to maybe do yoga, to maybe have a desk, to maybe do crafts, to maybe cook more meals in your kitchen. You know what I mean? You start being intentional and you start questioning everything. And then you come up with a good reason of why you do the things that you do. So you start crafting your life. Okay? So great idea. Thank you. I'll try a tube tote. Yeah, Karen, try something that you can stack on top of each other, because that way you are going to optimize the space that you are going to use. That way you can label things easily. That way everything is the same shape, so it looks nicer. That way inside a container is going to keep better over time. It's not going to get dusty. You are going to be able to clean around it easily. You can move them easily from place to place if you need to. So those are some ideas for you about clothes, okay? I have become an inside timer minimalist to only follow very few teachers now. Minimalism in everything. Anon, great point. Minimalism when it comes to your time and the activities. And this is another thing. You start becoming intentional with your time, with your schedule. And then you start deciding, how much time do I have to spend on inside timer? Realistically, every day or every week. So you set your boundary. And once you have your boundary, you craft. What do I want to put in that time? For example, if you decide that you are going to spend 1 hour a day on inside timer, then you get to craft, how am I going to be using this hour? Who am I going to be watching? What course am I going to be listening to? And that's becoming intentional. And if you do that with every area of your life, that's minimalism. That's embracing minimalism in your physical space, That's embracing minimalism in your finances. If you are doing finances and budgeting and becoming aware of how you spend your money, how much you make, how much you spend, and being intentional about that with your clothes in your closet, with your paper, with your work, with your schedule. Okay? You have helped me to let go and be at peace with it. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Anon, I put all my unused stuff in my garage. After 2 months, I dropped them for a Goodwill homeless shelter because I haven't missed them. My closet is looking way better. Same with kitchen, and I don't replace. Yeah. So again, guys, and in between, when you are decluttering and you are feeling anxiety, don't let go of things yet. Okay, this is what I do with a lot of clients. And guys, by the way, I have an upcoming workshop coming. It starts next week on Monday. Okay, it's 2 Mondays and it's 1.5 hours each Monday, 10 to 11:30 Eastern time. So we're gonna be diving deeper into all these things, but it's gonna be through video conference. So if you wanna join, there are still some spots left. So make sure that you do, because we are starting on Tuesday. Okay, so guys, an in-between step that you can take for those of you who are unsure, who are lacking clarity: declutter your space, make it functional. All the things that you are not safe to let go of yet, put them in a bin, put them in a box, put them somehow that you can contain them, and you can stack those things nicely, vertically speaking. You can use medium-sized boxes, you can use plastic bins, you can use anything that you can put things inside. You can label them and you can stack on top of each other and then place them somewhere. Like Anon puts them in the garage. If you have a garage, a basement, an extra space that you don't need, put them in there and leave them there. But experience the space finished. Experience your space decluttered. I guarantee you, like what I see from people, once they experience that, they go back to that box a few weeks ago, a few weeks after, or a few months after, and they don't want to put things back because they didn't miss them. They feel more clear, they are more confident, and they value how they use the space now. They love it. And for those of you who may miss something, you just go to that box and grab it. You know what I mean? So you are creating an in-between, and then after a few days, a few weeks, a few months, it's gonna look different for each of you. You are going to be able then to let those things go with confidence. But what I want you to prioritize is your happiness, your mental health, and creating a functional space for you. Okay, that means something different for each of you. Okay, so let me see. If I haven't worn something in 3 months, I consider it goodwill or restore. Yeah, that's a great strategy. I do that with my closet. Every time I am skipping something a few times, I know that I'm skipping that thing for a reason. So I pull it out and then I question myself, why am I skipping wearing this? A majority of the times I let it go because I have enough clothes. That's the thing, guys. We live here in North America, we are in abundance. Europe, it's also abundance. Like majority of the countries, you have access to things pretty easily. So don't let things to crowd your life. If I buy something and not worn within that month, I return it to store. Keep item in bag with receipt until I wear it. Yeah, I know, amazing. I do that, and I mostly shop secondhand, to be honest. Like sometimes I do brand new, but majority of the times I get pleasure of recycling things. I get pleasure of trying to source everything used because I feel better that way. But that's me. Some people enjoy buying new. It doesn't matter. You get to choose what that means to you. Okay? Emilio, when you work with people, is it different if you are moving into a new home? Well, Amy, it is and it is not. Sometimes moving into a new home, it is a great opportunity to actually get a fresh start, to actually assess your life and then assess the new life that you want to create in that new place. And then you get to choose with intention what stays and what goes. Okay, sometimes if there is lack of confidence, it's okay to move too many things and then test things around, but then the priority will be to have every space in a way that you feel well, in a way that doesn't feel cluttered to you, in a way that is functional. and then you beautify that space, displaying things that you love, making that space your space. And that means something different for everybody again. But that's when you are showing intention. That's when you are decluttering your life and having the time to actually do this journey. What I see is that majority of the people who are moving, they are in overwhelm. They are in a state that they don't have time for anything. They are too busy at work, too busy with family. They are moving really quickly. They didn't plan anything. They don't have the capacity to do this journey. And then they move into a new home and they are dragging the same problems, the same clutter, the same mental health issues over and over and over. And until they don't stop and they don't make that a priority, it's very difficult to get out of that. It's very difficult to get out of that overwhelmed state if you don't actually make it a priority to do something about it. Yeah, absolutely. But everything is in boxes. My fiance packed them, and I don't know what is in each box. So one room at a time. Is that the same for everyone here? Yeah, Amy, again, moving. That means that when you guys moved, he packed. You didn't participate in the process, and now he hopefully has a system. But if he doesn't, then that's a thing. Like when I pack, I invite people to pack thinking of the new space. Okay, so this is what I do for all of you who are moving. If you are moving into a new home, I will say, how big is your home? How many spaces do you have? And then I will create labels. This is kitchen. You have one bedroom, you have two bedrooms, you have a dining area, you have a basement, you have a garage, you have whatever you have. And then I invite you to think, how are you going to use that space? And then everything that we are packing is like, where does this belong in your new place? Kitchen. We have a kitchen box or kitchen boxes. We have a garage box, garage boxes. So you are packing with intention. That's the difference. You are packing with intention. So you have bed linens. Okay, what am I going to be using these bed linens for? This is going to be for the master bedroom box. This is going to be for the extra bedroom or whatever you call it, guest bedroom or bedroom 2 or office bedroom or whatever. You label that and then you put it in there. And that's something that you do together before packing. And people say, I don't have the time for that. Okay, you don't have the time to spend 10-15 minutes to set the intention, and then you are going to waste days and days and days not knowing how to unpack and all the mental health and overwhelm issues that you are going to confront. So you really don't have the time to do that. Again, this is personal priorities, personal choices. And that's why it's important to really do it. It feels that you don't have the time, but that's a clear sign to me that then you are on a state of overwhelm and you are not doing things the best way possible, most likely, because you cannot think properly because you are on a state of overwhelm. So that's how I would recommend. Start thinking about how are you going to use the new space, create names for every space in that new place, and then pack with that intention in mind. Okay, so that when the movers are moving, you can even grab tape and on every door you can put the name. This is the kitchen, this is the master bedroom, this is the office space, this is the basement, this is the attic, this is the garage, this is the closet 1, closet 2, closet 3. And then the only thing they have to do is move the box. The box says closet 3, put it by the closet 3. The box says master bedroom, put it in the master bedroom. It's that simple, guys. But so many times we just make things so complicated because we don't have intention behind. Sometimes we don't have the time to set the intention. And that's okay. It's always a good time to get started, okay? I hope that helps. I don't know if that's helpful. But in your case, Amy, if you are now surrounded by boxes, you just have to do one box at a time. And I will say, try to prioritize to create the basic spaces: kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. Those are the 3 main spaces that everybody needs and uses on a daily basis. So focus on creating those first and contain the clutter somewhere else, and then keep working through those boxes slowly. But that's, again, every situation looks different. Depending how much space you have, it's gonna look different. And it depends on the dynamic that you have with your partner, it's gonna look different. So it's very difficult for me to really help you clearly. When I toured my performance and was moving all the time, I got very good at this. Matthew wouldn't do it that way. I felt voiceless because of my illness. Maybe it was a self-worth issue, not sure. So Amy, again, you have to be gentle with yourself because you have a limitation. You have a physical limitation. So you just have to move at a different pace. And you have to let other people do things in their own way. and you just have to like be patient. That's the way that sometimes that's the way that you have to do things. So Loretta says, Emilio, when I am purchasing, I think about the value of the item and want to sell it, which then takes me longer to get rid of the item. Any suggestions? Yeah, Loretta, again, connect with yourself and then be intentional about how do you want to use your time, your space, and your energy. Do you want to spend that time selling things so that you can recoup a little bit of cash? How much are you planning on recouping, on getting? How much cash are you expecting back? Is it really worth your time? Is it really worth storing those items? Is it really worth posting them, researching how much they're gonna be, inviting people over to see them, and then inviting them to come and get the items? Like, is that going to be, do you have the time to do that? Do you have the energy? Are you enjoying the process? Or do you rather just donate all those things all at once and get going with other things in your life? That's what I always ask my clients, because so many times people have very unrealistic expectations. Like, I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like, well, you call me because you are overwhelmed. You call me because you have no time. And then I start keeping a track of a to-do list. Okay, you wanna do this, you wanna do that, you wanna fix the thing, you are going to sell that thing, you are gonna, and then when I show them the list, 1 hour later, they say, wow, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then we just donate things. So again, be intentional. Ask yourself, do you want to do that process? If you are finding yourself wasting time because you said, I find myself spending a lot of time doing those, that's a clear sign to me that maybe you want to be doing something else. And then it boils down to, do you really need the money? Is it worth your time to maybe get a few dollars from an item? Like, maybe you can be working more and making more money. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on the situation, but check in with yourself and see what feels aligned with you. For some of my clients, it doesn't make sense to do that because they don't have physical space. They have a lot of clutter. So sometimes running an auction can be another option that you can explore. Okay. I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Loretta. So I wanted to also, I wrote out your definition of clutter and put it in front of Planner and on Mirror for frequent reminder. Amazing, Christine, that's great. Reminding ourselves of things is also a good way to be intentional. Thank you, Emilio, you are right. I have to work through that. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, Loretta, I'm not saying that you don't sell things, right? But just be intentional. In my case, sometimes we run into a lot of things that we no longer need. A majority of them are bought secondhand. So some items I know from experience, like, okay, I can sell this for like $50. Okay, that's worth my time. Oh, this item I can maybe get $5, $10. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But when I do it, it's because I have the time. It's because I have planned it in my calendar, and then I enjoy doing it. I enjoy giving that item a new life. But when I am overwhelmed, I just put it to donate. I don't waste my time doing that. But it depends how I feel. I'm gonna have a different answer. And this is why it becomes intentional. I check with myself. Do I have the time this week? Do I have the energy this week? Do I really want to do this? You know what? I am in the middle of creating a course. I have to create a workshop. I have other things that are more important these few weeks. So I don't have the time for that. That's not my priority. Okay? Some other weeks it's like, wow, it's winter, it's cozy. I created all my courses. I don't have anything else to do that is important. And I feel like doing this. So now I feel like doing it. So I'll do it. Okay? So hopefully that helps you guys decide. Trouble throwing away broken things. Example, code with broken zipper, but I never take the time to fix them. What do I do with them if I don't want to throw it away? So Sharon, again, it's very difficult because some thrift stores may accept that item because they may fix it themselves, so they may do something with the material. But the reality is that if you don't want to fix it, if you take it to the tailor and they're going to charge you probably more than buying a new coat, because that's the reality here, it's very sad. But again, you have to assess. If you are not really using it, I will just throw it in the donation pile, and maybe someone is willing to buy a coat with a broken zipper. I don't know. but at the end of the day, that item most likely is gonna get discarded. But you cannot really do anything about that unless you are willing to pay the money to fix it. So again, you are going to be intentional. And sometimes we are not talking about a financial decision, because if a coat costs you like $50 and replacing the zipper costs you $30, to say something, some people will say it doesn't make sense financially. But maybe your intention is not a financial decision. Maybe it is a value decision of like, I love this coat. I don't want this coat to go to the garbage. So I'm going to invest $30 in fixing the zipper because I don't want to throw it into the garbage. And that's you being intentional, making an intentional decision that has nothing to do with money. Okay? So again, you have to be intentional. So start asking yourself questions. Do I want to fix it? How much is it to fix it? Did you explore it? Did you find someone who maybe can replace the zipper? How much is it? Are you willing to spend that money? Start asking those questions. And sometimes people don't have the time to even do that. So they just put it for donation or they just throw it in the garbage. But do whatever feels aligned with you. I will always donate it first and let the donation place make the choice. Okay. So is it worth your time? That's a great question to keep in mind, both when getting rid of, or choosing. Yeah, guys, anytime you are doing this, keep a to-do list beside you, okay? Keep a to-do list where you are going to keep track of everything that you want to do and then estimate how long it's gonna take you. And then I promise you that by the time of when you have that to-do list, you are gonna assess that to-do list and you are going to realize that it's way too much. It's gonna be way too much to do. So you're gonna feel more comfortable letting go of things or donating things. Okay, you're gonna be more intentional about that. Okay, so to finish this session, guys, where can you apply minimalism in your life? Because that's something very important. We are talking here majority of the times about physical things, but minimalism applies to every area of your life. So where would you say you can benefit from applying minimalism into, other than physical things, other than your home? So what areas of your life could you benefit right now in your mind? Maria, how? What would you like to see happening in your mind? How would you apply minimalism to your mind? And again, guys, we are questioning ourselves. We are becoming intentional, okay? Becoming intentional so that we start asking ourselves better questions, so that we start receiving better answers, okay? So I want to apply minimalism to my mind. Okay, what does that mean? Stop watching the news. Less useful thoughts. Work, excessive emails, it's bogging me down. Time management, worry and rumination take up energy. Amazing, Christine. I need to stop making commitments to everyone and be realistic. Yeah, Amy says, if you find a halfway house for recovering addicts, they take almost anything. Guys, yeah, look around your area for things, because depending where you live, you will have access to different places to donate, okay? Keep all negativity out. Sorry, unuseful. No, that's fine, Maria, that's fine. So just start thinking about how can you bring more intention into that area of your life that is frustrating you. That area of your life that you know deep inside, I have to do something about this. And Maria said, my mind. Okay, it's okay if you don't know how, but now you are going to start thinking about it. You're going to start questioning. You're going to start becoming aware, okay? And then you're going to say, okay, what's happening with my mind? Okay, I would like to feel less anxiety. I would like to sleep better at night because my mind is just racing. I would like to maybe explore meditation 5 minutes a day and see how I feel. I would like to maybe take a course to learn more about self-care. By the way, I have one. I would like to create a self-care list with 5 things that I can do in less than a minute. I would like to deep breathe more because I know that deep breathing more is going to help my mind calm down. Okay, and I'm gonna set a reminder in my phone, or I'm going to put a sticker or I'm going to place a thing on my coffee so that every morning I see that note. So you know what I mean? Start moving forward in whatever way you feel you have the capacity for. And then you will start opening up more possibilities, more ideas, more intention. And that's how you get started, okay? So it is okay if you don't know how to get started. That's fine. Allow yourself to just get started with no expectations, okay? Just sign up for your workshop. Thank you. Moving forward. Amazing, Cynthia. Guys, just to finish the session, again, a reminder that my upcoming workshop is starting on Tuesday. It's a great opportunity for you to connect with me on a video call through Zoom. It's gonna be a workshop that I have an idea in mind, but this workshop is going to be, it's gonna be designed, it's going to flow itself with the people who show up. What does that mean? That means that I don't have a set to stone thing that I want to do. I am going to sense where you guys are at, the people who show up to the workshop. We are going to create the workshop together, and it's gonna flow in whatever direction the universe wants. Honestly, that's how it works, because I have ideas, I have the knowledge and the experience, but there are 1,000 things we can do. But I am going to sense, and I'm going to let things flow in the direction that will help the people who are participating live. So that's the beauty of the workshop. It's gonna be something live. It's going to be something that you get to ask your specific questions. You will have time to ask, you will have time to implement things, and then you will come back to the workshop the following week, and then you can ask more questions. I can support you, I can help you. There is a private circle that you guys have access to. This is only for the people who sign up for the workshop, so that you can get extra support. You can ask what you need, and I will be there to support you. And I have courses, I have stuff to support what I teach there, so that you can keep going at your own pace too. Okay, so that's happening next Monday. Okay, you could barter services, so no money needed. Repair zipper, bake cake, etc. Yeah, you should suggest that to Insight Timer. I'm pretty sure they will be happy to explore that idea too. Barter exchange, I love that. Okay, so guys, that's an option. And then I have a second upcoming workshop that's happening in February, and it's a 5-day workshop, and it's gonna be same idea, but we're gonna dive way deeper into 5 different areas. Okay, you can see all the information of every workshop on my profile. Just go to Insight Timer, go to the search, type my name, Emilio Jose Garcia. You will see my face. Click in there, and then you will see tabs. It says audio tracks, workshops, mentoring, courses, and about. So if you go to workshops, you will see the 2 workshops. There is a little video where I explain to you what the workshop is about. You can see the dates, and you can see the pricing. The first workshop is $70 for the 2 days, and the second workshop is $175 for the 5 days. Guys, that's a steal. I charge $170 for 1 hour of my time if you do a one-on-one with me. So you are getting a hell of a deal if you sign up. Okay, so I would love to see you there if you can join. And yeah, that's the end of this session today. You guys have, is that Canadian dollars? I believe that's US dollars, because Insight Timer is in the States. So that's US dollars, Polly. So guys, do you have any questions that are burning you before we leave? You guys have anything that you want to add? Just be specific. Happy to answer. Thank you so much for very useful information. You are most welcome, Lynn. Thank you for being here. Nothing at this time. Amazing, Donna. Julia says, thank you, Emilio. Thank you, Julia, for being here. So what was your biggest takeaway of today's talk? Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Rosie. What was your biggest takeaway from today's talk? Be intentional and move ahead. Baby steps. Start slow. Thank you, Maria, for your donation. Are you gonna have more sessions like this? Yes, Amanda, I do 2 sessions every week. I will schedule more. For me, God at my own pace. Yeah, always love your classes. Intentional living. Thank you. Manageable process. Thank you. Setting intentions. Start small steps. Thank you, Emilio. Be gentle. I'll know how I spend my time. How I spend my time. Emilio records every session. Yeah, guys, every session is recorded, and you can find it on my profile. Okay, there is a link on my About tab on my profile that you can find my website, and you can go in there. Setting intentions. Spread this information to family and friends. We need to talk about this more. Apply minimalism in every aspect of life, not just home or clothes. Amazing. Weigh the cost of time versus how much money I'll make. Is it worth my time? Amazing. Yeah, so I hope you guys got value from this session. I hope that you start implementing at least one thing from today's session in your life, because this is how you make progress. Okay, even if you just take one thing that you start doing in your life, I am happy about that. Minimalism is about priorities, not having less. Amy, amazing. Priorities. It's not about having less. Last set was my takeaway too. Yeah, amazing, guys. This is not about letting go of things that you love. This is about being intentional and prioritizing. Always thought of minimalism as for physical things, but you made me think of psychological minimalism. Yes, Maria, minimalism applies to your emotions, to your time management, to your finances, to your relationships. It's way deeper than just physical things. Everything I have reflects who I am and what I value. Yes, I like your takeaway, Amy. Amazing. Okay, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. That we are gonna be talking more about minimalism, and it's gonna be a Q&A about minimalism, and especially about the workshop that is happening on Tuesday. Any questions you may have, anything that you may want to see in that workshop, it's just gonna be like an open Q&A for that. Okay. Yes, Amy, this is recorded, and I will upload the recording now. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday at 10 a.m. Okay. Adios.